Greetings and Grand Rising family. Welcome back to another conscious conversation. And today's conversation is going to be surrounded around media programming and how the media has an influence on the subconscious mind. Your currency is your focus. Your energy is your focus and your attention. Where your attention goes, your energy flows. And the powers that be knows this. So what has been happening to us as a people or as a collective for a very long time is that we have been being programmed through the media. The things that you see repetitively, the things that you hear repetitively, all goes straight to the subconscious mind and it is stored there. But eventually what happens is what is now being stored in the subconscious mind. It now starts to help build your perspective and how you perceive the world. And not only that, it also creates the things that manifest into your reality. So let's get into it. So your brain runs on electricity and magnetism. Every thought, memory, and movement starts with neurons sending electrical impulses to each other. These impulses travel by moving charged particles. That's electricity in action. Whenever an electric current flows, it creates a tiny magnetic field, meaning your brain is also creating subtle magnetic patterns. So in layman's terms, basically what that's saying is every thought that we have or that we create is creating electrical impulses to the brain. And what that is doing is creating a magnetic pattern or a magnetic field in the brain which attracts things to you. So if you're constantly seeing something over and over in the media, then that is now being stored into the subconscious mind, which creates that magnetic pull for those things to be pulled into your reality and also to manifest into your reality. So I know a lot of us have heard the saying, where your attention goes, your energy flows. And that is very, very true. Because the things that we focus on and the things that we put our attention on the most is where our energy flows, and that creates that to be stored in the subconscious, which now will manifest in the physical. And so what the powers that be or the elites do is they use the media to program us, because they understand what energy is and what the mind does with the things that we focus on. And we're living in times where a lot of us are looking at our phones, we're looking at TV, we're looking at, the media everywhere that we go, all throughout the day, every day. So we have to be consciously aware of where our focus is going, where our energy is going, and what we are creating in our minds and what we are creating in our realities. Some people would say, why are rich people rich? Why are poor people poor? Or why do certain people always experience poverty? It's because that's where they put most of their focus and attention. Rich people are rich because they always think about their money. They always think about making money. They always think about being disciplined. They always are checking their bank accounts. They always are thinking about budgeting. They are thinking about multiple ways to make money. They are educating themselves, reading books, and creating that relationship with money, because that is what they want to create or what they wanted to create. So that is what they focused on, and that is what they manifested in their reality. So when it comes to people that are poor or always experiencing poverty, same for them. That is where they put most of their attention or their focus on. It don't matter what they say. It don't matter what the excuse is or what have you. If you're constantly focusing on things outside of that you want, 9 times out of 10, you're not going to receive it or manifest it in your reality, because you're focused on the opposite of that you want. Some of us have grown up in households where it was a struggle. You know, the family struggled, our parents struggled, family members struggled, cousins, aunts, uncles, grew up in the hood, grew up in poverty. That's all you were exposed to. And so what that will do, especially from 0 to 7 as a child growing up, you're going to store that directly in the subconscious to where you will start to accept that as your reality. To where you will start to think that having money or being successful is something that is not for you, or something that you can't obtain, or is foreign to you because you never seen people around you do it. So you're not going to have that drive or that belief that you can do it. Or you're going to be in fear that it may be taken away, or that you're not worthy of those things. All of these things that we focus our attention on, because it was stored in the subconscious mind to focus our attention on those things, and they're just false beliefs. Because we're focused on the what if it doesn't go right, or my family always been poor, so I might be poor, or my family always struggled, so I may struggle, you know? When in life, we're going to have ups and downs. But when you are now having those thoughts in your mind that you can't do a thing, or you're operating out of fear that you won't be successful, that's exactly what you're going to create over and over again. If you keep focusing your energy on that, your attention on that, and you add that emotion behind it, especially, you're creating more of that into your reality. So your true currency is your focus and your attention and how you think, the mind. That is how we create. So when it comes to social media, they overstand that. So they want to put things in the media for you to now store it in your subconscious, to where this is now your belief, because this is what you're consuming every day. This is where your attention is going every day. So it's going to start to manifest in your reality, and around you and within you is the things that you're seeing on the media every day. So we have to be more aware of that and where our focus is going and our attention is going. So TV shows and movies. A lot of the TV shows have subconsciously programmed us over the years. But most importantly, these music videos. Like, not only did we have the music, because music videos was something that came a little bit after. Like, we weren't even making music videos at first. Like, you had to pull up and see the artist in person, or you're not going to see that person. We had records. You know what I'm saying, y'all? But then we evolved into making music videos. So now we not only have the music, but we have the visual for the music. And what did we do? Look at the melanated woman as an object and not respect her as a divine feminine. We started to disrespect the divine masculine as well. We're being shown that in a vision now. It's visionary. So now you're able to see it. Not only are you having it stored in the subconscious through the music, but now we're going to give you a visual. And in this visual, we're going to show you a lot of half-naked women, a lot of bustly women, women with big boobs and BBLs. Okay, let's speed it up to today's time. Today, we got the big boobs, the butts, everybody is naked, like this whole thing about body positivity. You know, we are calling the men scrubs and saying we don't want this, we don't want that, all in the music, disrespecting men, telling them that you're only good for your money. You know, the woman is only good for her box, you know. And it's just real low vibrational. And it's visuals of this. So now you can actually see it. So what is that doing? It's being put and stored right into the subconscious mind. So now the women, now it's a type. It's a type. When we were vibratal people, we went off the vibe, but now it's a type. Like now every woman wants this certain type of man. He has to make a certain amount of money. He has to be tall. He has to be this. He has to be that. And it's okay to want what you want. But like I said in the last conversation about relationships, we are going into relationships with superficial expectation of people. And it's like, we have to start being real with ourselves. And the reason why we're doing this is because of the media programming. You see another person's life and how they live in their life, and you feel like that should be the same for you. Not quite. Everybody has their own path and destiny. Everybody is on different frequencies and different levels in their experience. So you should never want what another person has. That's number one. You should always want something that is uniquely, divinely for you. But the social media has, in the music videos, since we're talking about music videos and media, has programmed a lot of the women and men to think in a certain way, to where now we disrespect each other. The women are disrespecting the men are disrespecting the women. The women are afraid of the men are afraid of the women. So now we just pinned against each other, and we all trying to figure out, how did we get here? Well, we've been programmed for the last decades to be this way. From growing up and seeing our families go through it, and them being programmed, and us watching the media, and then us programming ourselves. It's a program. It's a program to be that way. But if you just go back to your natural self, and you just ask yourself, what feels the most right to you? What makes the most sense for you? Because it's like a lot of us are being influenced by each other in the media and other people's lives. And it's just like, you have to have a realistic view of yourself and your reality. Because everything is not meant for everybody. You may want something that another woman has. For example, the certain lifestyle where a lot of men is wanting this woman and lusting after this woman, but you don't know that she goes home every night and cries. You don't know that she feels empty inside. You don't know that she's not satisfied with this lifestyle that she's living. It's just a part in her path that she has to experience. But the media is programming you to want this because she makes it look so good on social media. But she's suffering. And it's like, you are now, as a woman, this is just an example, looking at this woman like, oh, I want this, I want that, I want her life, and you're focused on it, you adding the emotion to it, and then boom, source brings it to you, right? But it's not all that it was cracked up to be. Because this man is now, he puts his hands on women. He disrespects women. This lifestyle is too fast. You're not used to this speed. So now it's a learning lesson, because this is what you've created for yourself in your reality through you being programmed that this is what you need, this is what you want through the media. And it's all lies. So that is a way that the music and visually, videos in the media are programming us to be a certain way and want certain things that are unrealistic for our reality. Our ancestors didn't teach through books. We passed down knowledge and information, word of mouth. But the ancients in Kemet, if you look at our hieroglyphs and the things that were left, everything tells a story, and it's imagery. And if you focus on it long enough, you will start to understand what it is saying to you. And that's the same tactic that they are using in the media. Certain visuals and things that are being used. My ear is ringing. So certain visuals that are being used is the same way that our ancient ancestors were using visuals to tell a story to us, because they understood how our minds worked. And that's the same game that's being used in the media. If you show certain visuals, even if it's just a millisecond, a second, the brain is still picking up on it subconsciously. So when we see certain imagery and we see certain things being done in music videos, movies, it's going straight to the subconscious and being stored there. So we have to be aware of those things, because what the people are trying to do is tell your story for you. They're trying to create your story for you. They're trying to create the narrative for you. Because as long as you're picking up on this and it's programming the mind, you're going to look at it as your reality and what's normal. And we have to use our discernment and just be aware of those things so that it doesn't overcome us and keep us in a lower vibrational state, creating things that are keeping us stagnant and more distortion. So the natural frequency of music was changed from 432 to 440. Let's get into that. So in 1939, we had the London Conference. It was a conference led by British Standard Institute and supported by nations, and adopted a 440 hertz as a standard pitch for tuning instruments. In 1955, the International Organization of Standardization, ISO, officially adopted a 440 hertz as the international standard pitch in ISO 16. The different pitch standards caused confusion. A global standard was made, making it easier for orchestras, composers, and instrument manufacturers to align. During this, we now have the rise of radio, recording, and global travel demanded a consistent sound across countries. Some scientists and musicians felt that a 440 hertz had a more mathematical clean structure. But many believe that 432 is more natural, spiritual, and healing as a frequency, aligning better with cosmic and natural vibrations, and resonates harmoniously with the human body and the universe. So pre the 1900s, we had various hertz being used from 415 to 435. 1939 was when we adopted the 440 hertz, and it was officialized in 1955. 440 hertz frequency is more damaging to our natural frequency as opposed to 432. 432 is more in alignment with the cosmic nature of the universe and of Mother Kai. And so they were aware of this, but they went ahead and changed it anyway because, one, they really don't care about us as a people, and they want their instruments to be more aligned all around the world. They want everyone on one frequency, one accord. So that's basically why they changed it. And if we are aware of this, right, we can start to control the things that we are consuming more better. Like when we listen to the music that is being made now on the 440 hertz frequency, it distorts your conscious mind, causing everything that you're hearing to go straight to the subconscious mind. So that's basically what I was explaining earlier. Like the music it's been placed to a tune that goes against your natural frequency, because we all have a natural resonance to self, or a natural vibration to ourselves. It goes against that, overrides your consciousness to where now it's being played straight into the subconscious mind, where everything is being stored. So on a scientific level, that is more damaging to us as a people. You know what I'm saying? And that is basically explaining more in depth what I was saying earlier about things when it comes to music and the lyrics going straight to the subconscious. Even if you're enjoying the beat, it's a nice beat, but the frequency of the beat is lowering your natural frequency and storing those lyrics directly to the subconscious mind. So keep that in mind. So like I was saying earlier about the advertisement and the ads, the commercials, how the media is being used to make us want to go buy things and make us be attracted to things, and how we're attracted to things. They know the power of shapes, signs, symbols, and colors, and the effects that it has on the mind. So when we think about color frequency, the high frequency of color equals more energy, which is more towards the violet light. And lower frequencies, which equals less energy, it steers more towards the red light. So when we think about the color red, red increases attention and mental focus. It's used to draw urgency. For example, red lights and stop signs. It may intensify emotion both ways. It triggers hunger and sensory anticipation. And it may also trigger the release of adrenaline. And it's connected to the root chakra for stability, survival, and safety. Certain brands that may use the color red, they may use it for food and beverage, retail, fast food, fashion. For example, we have Target, H&M, and it's also being used in technology and media, like automotive and sports, beauty industry, like L'Oreal, MAC, Victoria's Secret, and technology. We have YouTube, Canon, and also Nintendo. So when we're seeing these commercials and they're using these color frequencies, they are triggering urgency and that root chakra, which is stability, foundation, right? And so with the knowing of this, we can be aware of these things. Like certain things may not be that important for you to go out and buy, you know, because they're using these color frequencies to trigger things off into your brain to make you feel like you need these objects or these items. It's triggering something, an urgency in your brain to go out and buy these things when you don't really need it. You know, you may not really need these things, but they understand how color frequency works. And so if you're seeing an ad over and over and it's on a certain color frequency, it's being stored in the mind to where eventually you may go and buy this item. You may go to this store because it's being stored in your mind and it's creating the urgency for you to go and get it or for you to go buy it. So the color orange, it increases energy and excitement. It enhances creativity and playfulness. It boosts sociability and communication and improves emotional expression. It can also stimulate digestion and appetite, often associated with warmth and comfort, kind of similar to the sun. And this is surrounding around the sacral chakra, which is creativity, pleasure, emotions, and sexual energy. Normally, you see the color orange being displayed in art studios, kitchens, social lounges, and workout spaces. Also fun places for children or anything branding for fun, energetic, or creative products. When we think about the color yellow, yellow boosts mental activity and focus, stimulating the left brain, enhancing logic and reasoning, often used to promote clarity and memory. For example, like the yellow highlighters that we use in school. You will highlight the important words in a book or in your notebook to remember those things so that they will stick more into your mind. Yellow also promotes joy and optimism, and it can lift mood and battle depression or sadness. It stimulates curiosity and learning, and can increase energy levels and stimulate the nervous system and digestion. Yellow governs the solar plexus, which is the center of willpower, self-esteem, and personal power. When balanced, you feel strong and confident and self-directed. And the yellow is often used in study rooms, kitchens, and anywhere you want to feel alert and joyful. You normally see yellow being used when they're branding for innovation, youth, happiness, and clarity. Green promotes calmness and emotional balance. It supports focus and concentration. Does not overstimulate the brain. Is perfect for reading, studying, and deep thinking. It helps reduce anxiety and tension. And it also boosts feelings of harmony and compassion. It creates a welcoming, nurturing environment, encouraging decision-making and mental clarity. It also helps to clear mental fog and overthinking. So how green reacts to the body, or how your body reacts to green. It helps lower the heart rate and blood pressure and promotes healing and immune functions. Green is associated with the heart chakra, which governs love, compassion, relationships, and emotional healing. You normally find green in healing spaces, therapy rooms, bedrooms, meditation areas. And when we look at green for branding, green is normally used when it's representing nature, health, or sustainability. So like a lot of people say, go out in nature and ground your feet and just spend time in nature. That's one of the reasons why, because it's healthy all the way around, not only just for grounding, but for your sensory purposes. Like when you're surrounded around a lot of greenery, it also has an effect on your nervous system and your heart rate, your blood pressure. It stimulates your body to heal in many different ways. And so that's why grounding and going and being in nature is so important. Blue promotes calm and mental clarity, and it enhances communication. It boosts concentration and productivity, and it helps maintain focus without overstimulation. It encourages emotional control and self-regulation, often used in therapy or medical settings for this reason. So when you go to the hospital, you normally see that they use a lot of tones of blue, normally darker blue is what I see. So your body, the effect that blue has on the body, it lowers the heart rate and blood pressure, it slows breathing and induces a sense of tranquility. It may help with sleep quality if used in darker shades at night. Blue is associated with the throat chakra, which governs speech, truth, self-expression, and active listening. When balanced, you are able to speak truth with clarity and compassion. Blue is normally used in bedrooms, meditation spaces, offices, therapy rooms. And in branding, you normally see it being used with products associating trust, reliability, calmness, or intellect. Normally inside banks or healthcare, you will see that being used when it comes to branding. We have the color indigo, which stimulates intuition and insight. For example, psychic awareness and spiritual wisdom. It promotes calm and mental stillness and supports deep concentration and focus. It inspires curiosity about the unseen. The effects it has on the body: it helps regulate the pineal gland and can support relaxation and deep sleep. It encourages healthy detachment from external chaos. Indigo is associated with the third eye chakra, which governs intuition, foresight, physical abilities, and imagination. When balanced, the third eye supports wisdom, clarity, and visionary thinking. It's normally used in meditation spaces, dream journals, or spiritual workspaces or altars. When used in branding, it's normally used with creative or metaphysical brands or art meant to provoke thought. The color violet or purple is a mix of calming stability of blue and the high energy and passion of red. It stimulates creativity and imagination and helps to access higher level inspiration. It promotes calmness and spiritual awareness and encourages compassion and deep emotional healing. It can bring suppressed emotion to the surface for release and invites introspection and personal growth. It inspires contemplation of life purpose and deeper truths. And it promotes letting go of ego and connecting to the higher self. How your body reacts to purple: it may help regulate melatonin and can ease headaches or mental tension. It slows heart rate and supports the parasympathetic nervous system, which is responsible for relaxation. Purple is associated with the crown chakra, which represents universal consciousness, divine wisdom, unity, and enlightenment. When balanced, it fosters a strong connection to spiritual guidance and purpose. It's normally used in meditation rooms, sacred spaces, healing studios, or journals. And when used in branding, it's normally used when wanting to communicate magic, luxury, healing, or higher purpose. So these are good tips to know when it comes to the color spectrum and how it affects the brain, the body, and the chakra systems. You can also use these colors how I was explaining, like in different meditation spaces. If you have like a meditation space in your bedroom, in your office, if you have a home office, or in your workspace at work, if it's any energy that you are wanting to work on, you can use these colors to influence that frequency in different spaces for your mind, because color holds frequency as well, and it has a certain effect on the brain and how our body reacts to it. So you can place these colors in different spaces so that it can influence you in a beneficial way. So in conclusion, if you made it this far in the video, we are aware that our currency is our focus and our attention. Where your attention goes, your energy flows. Be wise and be aware of the things that we are consuming and what we are putting into the subconscious mind. You can also go into meditation and start to put things into the subconscious that you want to be there. Silence the mind. Go into meditation and put those things purposely into the subconscious that you want to be there and that you want to manifest. Silence. Be silent. Be away from all the noise and the chaos of the outside world. Go into meditation. Focus on the life that you are creating. Focus on the things that, and you will start to see those things unfold for you. As long as you're not focused on the negative, because that's our currency. And, you want to buy things of quality, right? We want to use our currency for things of quality. so that we can produce things of quality in our reality. We also want to nurture our youth and make sure that what they are being programmed with is things of the highest good and of the highest benefit for them and the collective. All right? I hope this video was helpful for someone. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Please and thank you. And I'll see y'all on the next conversation. Ashe.